Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. We are from group Basic English Grammar, and today, on this beloved day, we're going to present our presentations about noun phrases, prepositional phrases, verb phrases, auxiliary phrases, modals, and perhaps. So, let me introduce our member group. So the first we have Adelina Syakinawaty Dongoran. Second we have Anang Kurniawan, which is myself. And the third we have Kezia. And the fourth we have Winda Triromadani. And the last but not least is Yemima, Dwita, Rajagukguk. For the first material is going to be read by Yemima. To Yemima, time and place is yours.
Lesson 28, the basic structure of noun phrases. There are all kinds of noun phrases and we can discover them by seeing some of the things we can subtype for the noun phrase. The little boy. The underlined portions of the sentence below are the all noun phrases and any one of them can replace the little boy in the sentence, the little boy loved. Example, audiences loud. Younger audiences loud, the girl loud. Quick type 28.1. A noun phrase can consist of the noun alone, for example, audience, John. Test yourself 28.1. Underline the noun phrase in each of the sentence below. Example, first, sugar is not very healthy. Sugar is the noun phrase. And the second, boys often want to be policemen. The noun phrase is boys and policemen. Third, Joel hates bananas. The noun phrase is Joel and bananas. Test yourself 28.2. The noun phrase will always consist of a determiner plus noun. The determiner will always be an article that is the a or an. Quick type 28.2. A noun phrase can consist of a determiner, one or more adjective, and a noun. The determinant and the adjective are optional. Example, first, the winner was overenjoyed. The noun is the winner. Second, the crowd differs peacefully. The noun is the crowd. Third, a minute can seem like an eternity. Test yourself 28.3. The noun phrase will always consist of a determinant, any kind, plus noun. Example, first, the best fruit is grown on the West Coast. Second, our new shoes got completely soaked. Third, the old dog is my favorite one. Test yourself to 28.4. The noun phrase will always consist of determiner plus adjective plus noun. Example, my young cousin got on that scary roller coaster. My young cousin is a noun and on that scary roller coaster is adjective. Second, that adorable baby was born in a rundown house in a small town. The adorable baby is adjective and a rundown house in the small house is a noun. Test yourself 28.5. Determiner plus noun or determinant plus adjective plus noun. Example, he plays with his new gadget every day. His new gadget is a noun. Second, I don't care for her new attitude. Her new attitude is an adjective. Test yourself 28.6. The noun phrase will always consist of determiner plus adjective plus noun. Example, first, the pushy aggressive salesman at the automobile dealership was not helpful. The pushy aggressive salesman is an adjective. The automobile dealership is noun. Second, the close friends love watching the old classic movie. The close friends is adjective. The classic movie is the noun. Okay, that's all from me.
Okay, next, test yourself 28.0. The noun phrase will always consist of a pronouns. Example, you are always good to hear. You is pronoun and to hear to pronounce. And I love watching them. I pronounce and them pronounce. Next, she live use confused. She pronounce and use pronouns. And next, test yourself 28.8. It will be either noun alone, determiner plus noun, adjective as plus noun, determine plus adjective plus nouns or pronouns. Example, he spoke in friendly, cooperative manner. And friendly is adjective and he is pronounced. And the next, the pleasure in your voice was real. The pleasure is adjective and your is pronounced. And next, I still have the infamous necklace. I pronounce and the infamous necklace is adjective. And then test yourself 28.9 example. I'm sharing the relevant information with you. And I is pronouns and the relevant information is adjective. And you is pronouns and to the unlucky skin's wet back. The unlucky is adjective, skin wet back. Okay. I think that's all from me. Thank you. Back to moderator.
All right, the next material is gonna be read by Adelina Syakinawaty. To Adelina Syakinawaty, time and place is yours.
Alright, I will explain about prepositional phrases. Lesson 29, the basic structure of prepositional phrases. Quick tip 29.1, a prepositional phrases consists of the prepositional phrase, a noun phrase. For example, in the closet. Test yourself 29.1, the preposition that begins the prepositional phrase. Example, first, he knew a lot about the subject. About is prepositional and the subject is noun. Second, she always eats her lunch with a methodical thoroughness. With is prepositional, a methodical thoroughness is a noun. And the third, there was a temple near the hotel. The temple is noun and near is prepositional. And then test yourself 29.2, the prepositional with the noun phrase. Example, the first, the fabric is between the boxes. Between is underlined and the boxes is the squiggly line. And the second, she's traveled without her husband. Without is underlined and her husband is squiggly line. And the third, the little boy was hiding under the round table. Under is underlined and the round table is squiggly line. Test yourself 29.3, the prepositional that begins each the prepositional phrase. Example, 1. Sally arrived in the New Orleans around midnight. In is prepositional. And the second, my uncle walked into the office and bird its sigh of relief. Into is the prepositional and of is the prepositional. And then I think that's all for me, and back to moderator.
All right, the next material is going to be explained by me. So, for the lesson 30, the basic structures of verb phrases. Every verb phrase contains a verb. For example, laughed and laughed. For test yourself 30.1, the verb phrase will consist only of verb. So, for the example is number 1, the music stop. Stop is a verb. Second is we agree. Agree is a verb. And the third, last night the guest left. Which is left is a verb. And for the test yourself 30.2, the verb phrase consists of a verb and a noun phrase. So for the underline is going to be a verb, and for the italic, it's noun phrase. So for the example, number 1, he created a monster. Created is a verb, while italic is a monster, which is a noun phrase. Number 2 is Frank broke the plate. Broke is a verb, and the plate is a noun phrase. Number 3 is Courtney ordered soup. Ordered is a verb, and a soup is a noun phrase. For the test yourself 30.3, the verb phrase consists of linking verb plus adjective. So the underline was linking verb, and the italic is adjective. For the example is number 1, the argument was silly. Was is linking verb, while the adjective is silly. Number 2, we are hungry. Are is linking verb, and hungry is adjective. Number 3 is she is pretty. Is linking a verb, and pretty was adjective. For the test yourself 30.4, the verb will be an actions verb alone, or it will be followed by a noun phrase. The verb will be a linking verb and may be followed by a noun phrase or by an adjective alone. So for example is, he prepared his speech. Number 2, the king sent a clear message. Number 3 is, those flowers look gorgeous. For the test yourself 30.5, if the verb phrase you've identified is verb alone, 1, Chuck became an electrical engineer. Number 2, the diners wanted more bread. Number 3, she grew impatient. Test yourself 30.6 is, the verb phrase consists of a verb plus a prepositional phrase. For the example is going to be, the underline is a verb, and the italic is prepositional phrases. So number 1 is, he frequently came to my office. Came is a verb, and to is prepositional phrases. Number 2, they live near each other. Live is a verb, while the near is prepositional phrase. Number 3 is, I read between the lines. Read is a verb, and between is prepositional phrase. Number 4, he learned from his grandfather. Learned is a verb, and from is a prepositional phrase.
Lesson 31, the basic structure of auxiliary phrases. What are some sentences with helping or auxiliary verbs? Here are a few examples with the helping verb underlined. 1. She should study. 2. She has studied. 3. She is studying. And quick tip 31.1. The basic helping verbs of English are A. Can, may, shall, will, must, could, might, should, would. And B. Have, has, had. And C. Am, are, is, was, were, been, being. Quick tip 31.2. Does every sentence of English have a helping verb? Here are sample examples of the sentences that do not have a helping verb, which only has a main verb which is underlined. She studies every day. Studies is main verb. 5. She studied every day. Studied is main verb. He leaves at 9 in the morning. Lives in main verb and the last, he left at 9 in the morning. And test yourself 31.1. Decide whether or not each sentence has a helping verb. Look for the main verb which is underlined and see if there's a helping verb before it. Example 1. He talked about himself. This is refers to helping verb no. And 2. They were arguing loudly and refers to helping verb yes. And 3. Jogging should increase your stamina is refer helping verb yes. And 4. Sam will go visiting tomorrow refers to helping verb yes. And 5. Joy was catching rush call all day long. Helping verb yes. And test yourself 31.2. Decide whether or not each sentence has a helping verb. This time the main verbs are not underlined. Example 1. Meiji was walking nearby. Walking is main verb, refers to helping verb yes. And 2. The Giants won the Super Bowl, refers to helping verb no. And 3. Jan must get that report down, helping verb yes. And 4. Beth has survived that ordeal, helping verb yes. And the last, I could be an actor, reverse helping verb yes. And then I think that's all for me, and back to moderator.
All right. The next material is going to be read by Winda Triromadani. To Winda Triromadani, Chairman, please, is yours.
Okay, now I will explain about the lesson 32 models. Quick tip 32.1. One kind of helping verb is called a modal. The basic modal of English are can, may, shall, will, must, could, might, should, and would. Okay, see that test yourself. 32.1 example number 1. They much delay in invasion. Much is modals. And next, you will find children in your heart. Will is modals. And next, Mr. Knight might go with you. Might is modals. 4. You should be proud of yourself. Should is modals. And next, test yourself 32.2 modals plus main verb. Example number 1. Paul could work on the problem. Could is modals and work is main verb. And 2. She can leave this afternoon. Can is modals and leave is main verb. And 3. You must go to the emergency room immediately. Must is modals and go to is main verbs. Okay, guys, I think that's all from me. Thank you. Back to moderator.
All right. The last material is going to be read by Kezia. To Kezia, time and place is yours.
Here, I will explain the lesson 33. Perfect have. quick tip 33.1. There are one kind of helping verb is the verb have. It has three forms: have, has, and had. In each of the sentences below, the helping verb is a form of have, either have, has, or had, and is underlined. So the example can see the number one. She had underlined greeted me happily. The second, they have underlined eaten dinner early today. The last, he has underlined written many articles about the wealthy. All right, everyone can see the test yourself. Come on, you can try. The next. All right. There are two test yourself. Test yourself. 33.2 and 33.3. You can see test yourself 30.2. Underline the have helping verb and put a squiggly line under the main verb in each of the sentences below. For example, can see the underline number one had, number two have, and number three has, number four had. All right. For the test yourself 33.3. Decide if the form of have in the following sentences are being used as helping verb or as main verb. For example, number one, Jack has underlined and is main verb. For second example, has experiences is helping verb. And three, has seen is helping verb. And the last, you have a lot of DVDs. Can see the have underline is main verb. Okay, I think that's all from me. Thank you. Back to the moderator.
Okay. All right. I think that's all from us. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned about noun phrases in this video. Well, without any further ado, I will say goodbye to you. See you next year. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.